Hello everyone and welcome to Chat with NennehAlice. If this is your first time tuning in to Chat with NennehAlice, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to send in your comments. And you know, viewers, we are chasing 1,000 subscribers before the end of October. So if you know you have not subscribed, you have not liked, and you have not sent your comments, you need to do that now, because when you subscribe and when you like these videos, it means you add so much value to the video, and we are giving you valuable content for you to subscribe to and for you to like. So I am pleading and I'm also kindly asking you to subscribe. Today we are going to talk about women and peace building, and in this episode today we have the very fabulous, awesome Dr. Isata Mahoi, who is with us here, and I will ask her to introduce herself. But before she does that, let me just give you a little bit of a background when it comes to women and peace building. We know that women do groundbreaking work for justice, for peace, and for security. Yet women are sidelined in most of the formal peace processes. We know that. Even when Sierra Leone was going through its peace building processes, we had to advocate, we have to raise our voice to ensure that women are part of those various processes. Okay? And as conflict continues to affect every region of the world, urgent action is needed to ensure that women are part of peace building processes, and their contributions should not be swept under the carpet. They should be very visible. And so that is why I'm going to talk with Dr. Isata Mahoi, who is the coordinator for West African Peace Building Network. And I will introduce her to you, but she will also let you know a little bit about herself and the work she has been doing. So welcome to Chat with NennehAlice. And do you want to say a few words to the viewers?
Oh, viewers, greetings. My name is Dr. Isata Mahoi. I am the National Network Coordinator for the West African Network for Peace Building in Sierra Leone, WANEP. And I have been into promoting women's issues for over a decade, and I feel so passionate about moving women's issues forward, especially when it has to do with women and peace building, because without women participating into peace building processes, the process would not be complete. Because during insurgencies, during conflict, it is women and children that suffer the most, and women know their problems and know how to solve them best. So I'm happy to be with you, and I'm glad that viewers will be able to love this. Thank you.
Okay, so Dr. Isata, can you just tell us a little bit about the concept of peace building? Maybe viewers need to understand what is it.
There is peacekeeping, there is peace building. And peace building is, of course, when you are in a situation where you have found that there has been conflict, there has been insurgencies, there has been chaos, there has been violent activities. You come in the process and try to ensure that you mitigate that particular process in the first place, and then ensure you keep the peace. You continue to build the peace and then keep it. Or sustain it, because now we're talking about sustainability. How do we sustain peace in the region or in the world is what that matters. You know, building peace is how to ensure you maintain that particular situation where there will be no chaos, there will be no violent activities, to such an extent that people will feel the need that, oh, this world is full of insecurities. So building peace is a process where each and every one in society has the responsibility to do. So for us at the West African Network for Peace Building, we have been on this since the late 90s, when we had the war between in Sierra Leone and also in Guinea. So women have come forward, women have supported initiatives of peace building, both in Sierra Leone and Guinea and Liberia. You know why I'm calling Sierra Leone and Liberia? Because you have seen that women played great role in supporting the peace processes. We saw that in Liberia, when the women wanted to have the peace talks with Charles Taylor, they sat under rain, under sun. They were there until Charles Taylor aired their plea that we want peace in our country.
Okay, so Dr. Isata, let me just interrupt you on that. Most of the time when they talk about peace building, they talk about women taking the lead, and you have made an example of the Liberia women and Charles Taylor, and even with the Sierra Leonean women,
Exactly.
and with the government that was, doing the negotiation with her. So why is it that most times when we talk about peace building, we talk about gender, we talk about women? Why are we doing that?
Simple. The reason is when there is war, most times I say it is women that suffer. Although women are perpetrators to some extent, but a bulk of the women population during that time is women that suffer the most. Women play a multifaceted role, and they have to care for children, they have to care for the aged, they care for the husbands, let's say they care for the entire family. It is women that go out to get food, and it is women that they use also as human shield when they want to commit their atrocities. So it is also women that suffer, because if you have a bulk of the women in front of all these aspects happening at a particular time, then it is women that suffer the most. So it is women that are also needed in terms of negotiating for peace, in terms of building the peace. Women are good peace builders because they make up the home. And for instance, if you have like many children, and you're mostly at home with the children, the men always go out saying they're looking for food or looking for resources to take care of the families, which is not almost the case at that time. But it is women that bring peace between the children at home.
Okay.
So for instance, when women understand how to play that role, they can also understand how to lead peace processes in an international level and also at a community level as well.
Okay. So do you believe in the fact that in as much as we are so critical in peace building or peacemaking processes, that as women we should be visible? Because I have realized that around Africa, in negotiating peace, most of the time when you look at the table and the people that are around the table, it's top men who are in influential positions are the ones that are there. And even with the women, we have to force our way through. So do you think we should be visible in peacemaking processes? And how do you think that should?
Of course we should. I'm sorry for interrupting you. But I think that the reason why you see mostly it is men that are on the negotiation tables, because in our African tradition, our customs had made us women to be always at the back. Because when we look at education, when education first came into the continent, it is men that they pushed forward so that they get education. So this has been the problem. So when you look at it from that particular level, women have been sidelined, women have been discriminated against, and so people think that women are not educated. Women cannot lead a particular negotiation and do it very well as men.
I was thinking that maybe because sometimes community tend to look at women as the weaker sex, so they think they cannot lead this.
That is another aspect, and thinking that women are not capable. But that's a whole wrong notion that people have. And times are changing. Women are becoming more empowered. Women are becoming more educated. So they are learning, and when they learn fast. And women, when they say they are going to make peace, they want to change something, they mean it, and they create a change. Unlike the opposite sex, So this has been the controversies several years ago, but it is true that women should be at the forefront. Women should be visible in terms of negotiation. We have seen examples, like I said earlier on. We have seen in Liberia, we have seen in Sierra Leone, we have seen in other places where women are fighting for their rights. Women fight to promote justice, and women fight to build the peace, because they know when there is chaos, it is they women, us, that suffer.
Okay, let me just take you back. A couple of weeks ago, we heard about the coup in Guinea, and you leading a West African peace network, and more so working with women in terms of peace building. How do you see that play, particularly on our side as Sierra Leoneans?
On the Sierra Leonean side, of course, I went to radio and television and talked about it, that we should be more courteous in how we do things in our country, because if you look, we share a boundary with Guinea, and many a times people go into Guinea to trade. Most of our women, in fact mostly it is women that go into Guinea and then do trade. and it has negatively impacted on trade in the first place and the economic activities, and it means a lot as well. For instance, if there is insecurity in the border areas, mostly women will be raped, women will be harassed sexually. So these are some of the things. So I was giving some advice to women conducting trade activities in those particular places, that they should be more careful, and then by all means try to avoid those border areas, because an insurgency in Guinea will likely cause an insurgency in Sierra Leone. Considering the border, we already have also the younger issue, although that one is being swept under the carpet, and then thinking that okay, it has been solved, but the situation has been like that for several years, and then we want to see a situation where women will not suffer. But the advice is that women in the border areas, or women trying to conduct trade activities in those areas, should be very much alert, and also continue with the sensitization for those that have the knowledge and ability to sensitize to other women that lack the understanding that it is always good for women to protect themselves, their families, their children, and even the communities where they are. But they should also act as spies. And most times, women goes to the streams, and when women goes to the stream to fetch water, it is at those times that they see, maybe if people are hiding in the bushes, it is women that mostly detect those things. So women should be very vigilant. That's my concern. And also our security forces in those areas as well, because many a times there are complaints that security forces themselves also harass women. So we want to urge security forces for them to be able to be diligent in their duties, and also ensure that their role is to protect lives, especially women.
Thank you so much, Dr. Isata. Dr. Isata has highlighted so many things to us, and one of the things that she said just now that I want to bring up is the issue around safeguarding. In times like this, particularly those of us operating along the border areas, we should be very conscious about violations, and so we should ensure to safeguard people who are vulnerable, our children, our women, and our aged. So thank you so much for listening, and I want to say thank you very much to Dr. Isata Mahoi, and I wish you all the best in your peace building endeavors, and I hope you will be ready to come back when we want to progress with this kind of conversation.
Certainly, I'm always welcome.
Viewers, if this is your first time listening to Chat with Nene Alice, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to send in your comments. And together we can all improve on this channel. Thank you, and have a pleasant day.